and welcome to the Soto Central High School's production of The Diary of Anne Frank. Please remember to silence all cell phones as they are a distraction, and photography and videography is strictly forbidden due to copyright law. There will be a 15-minute intermission in between Acts 1 and 2. Please take a moment to notice the exits to your left and behind you in case of any emergency. Please note there will be the use of fire during this production. We would like to take a special moment to thank everyone who helped get this show to where it is for you today, as it has not been an easy task. Next on our stage will be Sorted Wilder's Our Town, December 12th through the 15th. Now please, sit back and relax as we dive into the pages of The Diary of Anne Frank.
Yes, Meep, yes.
Everyone's office has gone home, except at 6. Don't stay up here, Mr. Fong. What's the use of torturing yourself like this?
I've come here to say goodbye. I'm leaving here, Meep.
What do you mean? Where are you going? Where?
I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
Mr. Fong, you can't leave here. This is your home. Epsilon is your home. Her business is here, waiting for you. Now that the war is over...
I can't stay in Amsterdam, Meep. It holds too many memories for me. Everywhere there's something. The house we used to live in, the schools, that street organ playing out there. I'm not the same person you used to know, Meep. I'm a bitter old man. My apologies. I should not be speaking to you like this. After all that you did for us, the suffering.
No, it wasn't suffering. You can't say we suffered.
I know what you went through. You and Mr. Cradle. I remember it for as long as I lived. Come, Meep.
Mr. Fong, did you see? There's some real papers here. We found some in a heap of rubbish on the floor after you left.
Burns.
Mr. Fong, still letters, notes.
Burns. Oh.
Burns this?
Hans diary. Monday, the 6th of July, 1942. 1942. Is it possible, Meep? Only 3 years ago? Dear diary, since you and I are going to be great friends, I will begin by telling you about myself. My name is Anne Frank and I am 13 years old. I was born in Germany, the 12th of June, 1929. My family is Jewish. We immigrated to Holland when Hitler came to power. My father started a business importing spices and herbs. Things went well past until 1940. Then the war came and the Dutch, defeat, followed by the arrival of the Germans.
And then things got very bad for the Jews. You could not do this and you could not do that. Therefore, as far as I had to this business, we had to wear yellow stars, I had to turn on my bike, I couldn't go to the movies or ride in an automobile or even ride on the streetcar and a million other things. But these children still managed to have fun. Yesterday, Father told me we would be going into hiding. Where he would say. At 5 o'clock this morning, Mother told me to get dressed. I was to return as many clothes as possible, but not all fit in our suitcases. It was only until we were on our way that I looked where we were going. We were to be staying upstairs, where Father used to have his business. 3 other people were going to be staying with us. The Van Dans, Esas and Peter. Father knew the Van Dans, but we had never met them.
Something's happened to them. I know it.
Now, Colonel.
No, Mr. Fox says that be here at 7 o'clock. He
They
says
have 2 miles to walk. You can't expect them
they've been picked up. This was happening. They've been taken.
Mr. and Mrs. Van Dam. There were too many of the green police on the street. It takes a long way around.
Anna!
My wife Edith, Mr. and Mrs. Van Dam, their son Peter, my daughters Margot and Anne.
I'm sorry, there's still so much confusion.
Oh, think nothing of it. We had plenty of leisure to arrange everything ourselves.
Ce soir, c'est rue du Saint-Joseph. Your drugs are here.
Thank you, Livia.
I answered that you were in this call from Mr. Fairless. Forgive me. I have to hurry. About to go to the other side of town to get some more action books for you.
Question books. Gdyby się zjadłem, to zbiłaś, bo są nowe here.
There isn't anything.
Don't worry. Your name's won't be on time. I'll give it.
Thank you, me.
It's illegal, son? So ration books? We've never done anything illegal.
We won't be exactly according to regulations here.
This isn't the black market, Mrs. Frank. This is what we call the white market, pumping out the hundreds and hundreds who are hiding out in Amsterdam.
It's the best time.
I must go. I must be out there downstairs before the workman gets here. Me, or I, or both of us shall be up each day to bring me food, news, and answer to what your needs are. I'll get you a better vault, because the door at the foot of the stairs needs to be one so you can so open yourself and open only at our signal. Oh, tells me about the noise.
I'll tell you.
Goodbye for the moment. I'll be at the port working with you.
Goodbye, Mr. Pereira.
How can we thank you?
Never thought I'd see today when a man like Mr. Frank would have to go into hiding. Oh, when you say goodbye, Watson.
What did he mean about the noise?
Yes, it's so you got some of these clothes.
Well, it's a wonder we weren't arrested walking along the streets.
Petronella was her fur coat July.
Peter's cat crying all the way here.
A cat? Anne, please. It's all right. I've got on 3 more.
Now, about the noise. Was a workman in the building downstairs, we must have complete quiet. Every sound can be heard down there, not only in the workrooms but in the offices as well. The workmen arrive at 6:30 and leave at about 8:30. So to be perfectly safe, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock in the evening, we must only move when it's absolutely necessary. And then in stockings feet. We cannot move above a whisper, we cannot run any water, we can't use the sink or even forgive me the WC. The pipes run down into the workrooms, it would be heard. No. No trash must ever be thrown that might reveal that there's anyone living here. Not even a potato pan will burn everything in this store this evening. This is the way we must live until it is over, if we are to survive.
Until it is over.
But after 6 we can move about. We can talk and laugh and read and play games just as we would at home. And now I think it's best that we all go to our rooms to get settled in before supper. Mrs. Van Dam, you and your husband will be upstairs. I forget that there's no room for pizza upstairs, but you'll be down here with us. This will be our common room, only to have our supper and read and talk like one big family.
Well, where will you, Mrs. Foxley?
Oh, this is also our bedroom.
No,
This is
it's
right.
a place.
You take the room upstairs and go sleep down here.
Oh no, please, I've thought about this for months. It's the best thing, it's the only thing.
Never can we thank you, Mr. Park. I don't know what would have happened to us if it hadn't been for him.
Oh, you don't know what would have happened to me if it wasn't for your husband. When I first got to the country, not knowing anyone, not speaking the language, I can never repay you for that. May I have you with your things?
No, come along, Lefe.
You'll be alright, Peter? You're not afraid?
Please, mother.
You too must get some rest in this. You didn't sleep at all last night. You know Margot.
I slept, Father. Wasn't that funny? And it was the last night in my own bed, and yet I slept soundly.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now you can let me get things arranged around here. And, Margot, this is the room you will be sleeping in for the time being.
You're sure? I can help, really, and Anna has a pack of milk.
I'll keep it to her. And, Peter, it's best you take off your shoes now before you forget.
You're sure you're not tired, Anna? I feel fine. I'm going to help Father. Peter, I'm glad you are to be with us.
Yes, Mrs. Frank.
What's your cat's name?
Mushi.
Mushy, mushy, mushy. I love cats. I have a darling little cat, but we had to leave her behind. I left her some food and a note for the neighbors to take care of her, but I'm going to miss her terribly. What's yours? Are he more huh?
He's at home. He doesn't like strangers.
Then I'll have to stop being strangers then, won't I? Is he fixed?
Huh?
Did you have him fixed?
No.
Oh, you ought to have him fixed to keep him from fighting. Where did you go to school?
Jewish secondary.
But that's where Margot and I go. How come I never saw you around?
I used to see you sometimes.
You did?
You were always in the schoolyard, around a bunch of kids.
Why didn't you ever come over?
I'm sort of a lone wolf.
What are you doing?
Taking it off?
But you can't do that. They'll arrest you because we're such a star.
Who's going out?
Oh, of course. You're right. I suppose we don't need them anymore. I wonder what our friends will think when you don't show up at school today.
I didn't have any dates with anyone.
Oh, I did. I had a date with my friend Yogi to go play ping pong at her house. I wonder what she'll think when she telephones and there's no answer. Probably she'll go over to the house. I wonder what she'll think. We left everything as it would suddenly be called away. Breakfast dishes in the sink. It's not married. Look! It's still there. What are we going to do with yours?
Burn it.
It's funny. I can't get rid of mine. I don't know why.
You can throw some things they branded you with? That they made you wear so they could spit on you?
I know. But after all, it is the Star of David, isn't it?
Maybe it's different for a girl.
Forgive me, Peter. We must find a bed for your cat. I'm so happy that you got your cat and was feeling so badly about the house. Here, did you come to learn that?
Yes, thanks.
And here is your bedroom. Oh, but I warn you, Peter, you cannot grow, not even an inch, or you have to sleep with your feet up to the skylight. Are you hungry?
No.
Oh, we have some bread and butter.
No, thank you.
Oh, then you can have it for luncheon.
Thanks.
That's a nice voice, that Peter.
He's awfully shy, isn't he?
Oh, you'll like him, I know.
I certainly hope so, since he's the only boy I'm likely to see for months and months.
And there's a box over there. Will you open it?
He knows the way I'm going to think of it here? Like a boarding house. A very peculiar boarding house. Like the ones that we've... Buzzer, my movie stars! And Queen Wilhelmina, how wonderful!
Oh, there's something more. Go on look further.
A diary! I've never had a diary and I've always longed for one. I have to get a pencil. Pencil. I'm going down to the office to get a pencil.
And no,
But why? There's no one in the building now.
it doesn't matter. You can never go beyond that door.
Never? Not even once there's no one in the building? Or on Sundays? I can't go down to listen to the radio?
No, never. I'm sorry, Annika, but you must never go beyond that door.
I see.
It'll be hard, I know, but think of it this way. There's no walls, no boards that anyone can put on your mind. People bring us books, but read history and poetry and mythology. Here you are. And between you and me, Anne, this place holds certain advantages for you. Think of it this way. Do you remember that horrible argument you had with your mother on the topic of your overshoes? You said you'd rather die than wear your overshoes. Well, for as long as we are here, you will never have to wear overshoes. Isn't that good? Oh, and the coat you inherited from Margot, you won't have to wear that either. Oh, and the piano, you won't have to practice the piano at all. I tell you, this will be a fine life for you.
I thought I had to get some butter for Mushy before.
Of course.
I expect I should be describing what it feels like to go into hiding. But I don't really know yet myself. I only know it's funny never to be able to go outdoors and never to be able to breathe fresh air, never to run and shout and jump. It's the silence and the night that frightens me the most. Every time I hear a creak in the house or I step on the street outside, I'm sure they're coming for us. But the days aren't so bad. At least we know that Meeb and Mr. Kruller are down there below us in the office. Our protectors, we call them. I asked Father what would happen to them if the Nazis found out they were hiding us, and Pim said they would suffer the same fate we would. Imagine! They know this, and yet when they come up here, they're always cheerful and gay as if there was nothing in the world to bother them. Friday, 21st of August, 1942. Today I'm going to tell you our general news. Mother is unbearable. She insists on treating me like a baby, which I loathe. Otherwise, things are going better.
The weather is...
It's safe. So that's workman is left.
Me! Anna! First for the WC.
6 o'clock. School's over.
Have you seen my shoes?
Your shoes?
You've taken them, haven't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to be sorry.
Am I? Anne!
Later I'll get you.
I'm waiting! Ow! Stop it! Ow! Peter!
Peter, come dance with me.
I told you, I don't know how.
I'll teach you.
I'm going in to give Mushi his dinner.
Peter, please.
9!
Anne, I think you shouldn't play that way with Peter. It's not dignified.
Who cares if it's dignified? I don't want to be dignified.
You complain that I don't treat you like an adult, but when I do, you resent it.
I only want to have some fun. Someone to laugh and clown with. After you've been sitting all day, you've got to have some fun. I don't know what's the matter with that boy.
He isn't used to girls. You need to give him a little time.
Time? Is it 2 months' time? I could cry. Margot, come dance with me.
No, I have to help with supper.
We're not going to remember a thing when we get out of here. We won't even remember how to dance.
Next, where's Peter?
Where would he be?
He hasn't finished his lessons, has he? His father will kill him if he catches him in there with that cart. His work problem. And will get him out of there for me.
Peter! Peter!
What is it?
Your mother wants you to come out.
You're giving Mushi his dinner.
You know what your father says.
For heaven's sakes, Mother, I haven't seen him since lunch.
I'm just telling you, that's all.
I could beat him.
I don't want you in there.
Peter,
Fine. Give him his dinner and come right out.
now, is that any way to talk to your little girlfriend?
She's not. Please, anyway.
Look at him blush. Look at him.
I'm not. Anyway, leave me alone already.
It's nothing to be ashamed of to have a little girlfriend.
You're crazy. She's only 13.
So what? You're 60. Just perfect. Your father's 10 years older than I am. I warn you, Mr. Frank, if this war lasts much longer, you and I are to be related.
Mazel tov?
I wonder where Mipin, she's usually so prompt.
Good evening, everyone. Forgive me if I don't stay. I have a friend waiting for me in there. My friend Tom. Tom Cat. Some people say we look alike, but he has the most beautiful whiskers. And I only have a little fuzz, but I am hoping in time.
Right, Mrs. Quack Quack.
Peter!
I heard about you. How you talked so much in class, they called you Mrs. Quack Quack. How Mr. Spencer made you write a composition. Quack Quack, said Mrs. Quack Quack.
Now go on. Tells him the rest. How it was so good he read it to class, and then again to all his other classes.
Quack Quack, Quack Quack, Quack.
You are the most intolerable, insufferable boy I've ever met!
That's right, and they can't give it to him.
Of all the boys in the world, why did I get have to locked up with someone like you?
Quack Quack. And from now on, stay out of my room.
And dear, your hair. You're warm. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine.
You haven't a fever, have you?
No.
And don't be that way. You know we can't call a doctor here ever. The only thing we can do is watch carefully. Prevent an illness before it happens. Let me see your tongue.
Mother, this is perfectly absurd.
Come on, Anne, don't be such a baby. Let me see your tongue. Otto,
You hear your mother and...
come on, open up. You seem all right, but perhaps an aspirin. For heaven's sakes, don't give that girl any more pills. I waited 15 minutes for her to come out of these WCs this morning.
I was washing my hair.
I think there's nothing wrong with that entity. Weil der Verweichen in basically you'll be devoted and cure, isn't that right, Anne?
We've not come yet.
No. The workman just left. A little while ago.
What's for dinner tonight?
Beans.
Not again.
No. Oh, Pooty, but what can we do? The source of it brought us.
We have now entered what is known as the bean cycle. Beans boiled, beans on casserole, beans with strings, beans without strings.
I saw you in there, playing with your cat.
No, he just went in there a little while ago, picking up his coat. He's been out here all this time doing his lessons.
And you got an excellent in history and very good in Latin.
What about algebra, Bean?
Now I have to make a confession. Up until now, I've managed to stay ahead of you in algebra, but today, you've caught up with me. We'll leave it to Margot to check.
Isn't algebra vile, Pim?
Vile.
How did I do?
Well,
Excellent, 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 excellent.
you forgot to use the subjunctive here.
Are you sure? I didn't use it here, see? Mrs. Van Dam, may I try on your coat?
No, Anne.
It's alright. I don't mind. But careful with it. My father gave this to me the year before he died. He always bought the best the money could buy.
Mrs. Van Dam, did you have a lot of boyfriends before you were married?
Anne! That's a personal question. It's not courteous to ask personal questions.
It's alright. Our house was always swarming with boys. Then I was a girl.
Oh God, not again.
Oh, shut up. One summer we had a house in Hildesheim, and the boys came buzzing around like bees around a jam pot. And when I was 16, we were wearing our skirts like shorts in those days, and I had such good-looking legs. I still have them. I might not be as pretty as I once was, but I still have my legs. How about it, Mr. Frank?
All right, we see then.
Oh, I wasn't asking you. I was asking Mr. Frank.
Mother, please.
Oh, I embellish you, do I? Well, I just hope the girl you marry has as good. My father used to worry about me with so many boys hanging around. He used to say, if any of them gets fresh, you say, remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so, remember, I'm a lady.
Look at you talking that way in front of her. Don't you know she goes and puts it down in that diary?
So what if she does? I'm only telling the truth.
Peter, would you mind if I moved you over here? Meep must have the radio on.
Haven't you finished yet?
No.
Well, you've got to be ashamed of yourself.
Alright. I'm a dunce. I'm a hopeless case. Why do I go on?
You're not hopeless. Don't talk like that. You just haven't had as much help as the girls have.
Would you help him, Mr. Fogg?
I'm sure that his father...
Oh, not me. He won't even listen to me. You go ahead if he wants.
What about it, Peter? Shall we make our school co-educational?
You're an angel, Mr. Fogg. An angel.
I don't know why I didn't meet you before I met that one there. Now, Peter, you listen to Mr. Fogg.
I think it'd be best if we work in Peter's room.
That's right, Peter. You go in there. You listen to Mr. Fogg. Mr. Fogg is a highly educated man.
I can hear all that voice.
Well, isn't it bad enough you without just falling all over the place?
If you didn't smoke so much, you wouldn't be so bad-tempered.
Am I smoking? Do you see me smoking?
Don't tell me you smoked a bunch of cigarettes already.
One package, people only bought me one package.
It's a filthy habit. A good time to break it
God,
today.
stop it.
You're smoking up all of our money. You know that, don't
Will
you?
you shut up? And what are you staring at?
I've never heard grown-ups quarrel. I thought only children quarrel.
This isn't a quarrel. It's a discussion. I've never heard children so rude before.
Rude. Anna, will you bring me my knitting? I must remember when Meep comes to ask her to bring me some more wool. I need some soap and some hair clips. I'll make a list. Have you a list of library books for Meep when she comes?
You know, it's a wonder that Meep has a life of her own where we make her run all our errands.
Please, Meep, give me some starch. Please, Meep, take my hat and have it cut.
Tell me all the latest news, Meep.
Did you know she was engaged? His name is Dirk, and she's afraid that the Nazis are going to take him and make him work on one of their war plants. That's what they're doing with all these young Dutchmen. They fix him up off the
Don't
street.
you ever get tired of talking? Suppose you try and sit still for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Come here, Anna. Finish your milk.
Talk. I've never heard such a child. There it is. Every evening it's the same with you. Talk. There is
What are you looking for?
my pipe. Have you seen my pipe?
Let's get a pipe when you've got no tobacco.
At least I'll have something to hold in my mouth. Margaret, have you seen my pipe?
This was on the table last night.
I know. Anne, have you seen my pipe?
And Mr. Van Daan is speaking with you.
Oh, am I allowed to talk now?
You are the most aggravating. You know the trouble with you? You've been spoiled. I think it's time for good old-fashioned spanking.
Remember, Mr. So-and-so? Remember, I'm a lady.
Why can't you be nice and quiet like your sister Margaret? But he had to show off all the time. Let me give you a little advice, young lady. Men don't like that kind of thing in a girl. You know that? Men like a girl who will listen to him once in a while. A domestic girl. Who will keep a house shining for her husband. Who will cook and sew.
I'd cut my throat first! I'd open my veins! I'm going to Paris. I'm going to be something wonderful like a dancer or singer or, you know, something wonderful!
Oh, look at what you've done, you classy little fool! My beautiful programs are mine for the gig me!
I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't care. It isn't yours. And look at me! Oh, I can kill you! I can just kill you! Petronella, it's the supper. Come back, it's the supper.
And you mustn't behave in that way. It was an accident. Anyone can have an accident.
I don't mean that. I mean to answering back, you must not answer back. To our guests, we must always treat them with the greatest courtesy. You don't hear Margot getting into arguments with them, do you? Watch Margot, she's always courteous with them and never familiar. Say respect her for it. Try to be like Margot.
And have them walk all over me the way they do her? No sense.
I'm not afraid anyone's going to walk all over you, Anne. I'm afraid for them that you will walk all over them. You're so violent and self-willed. If I had ever spoken to my mother as you speak to me.
People don't like that anymore. Yes, mother, no, mother. Anything you say, mother. I got to fight things out of myself, make something of myself.
You don't have to fight to do it. Look, Margot doesn't fight in this.
Margot! That's all I hear out of anybody, how wonderful Margot is!
Come on, Anne.
Oh no, it's true. Everything you do is right and everything I do is wrong. I'm supposed around here. You're all against me and you better.
Let's put the soup on the stove if there's anyone who cares to eat. Margot, will you please kick out some bread? I don't know how much longer we can go on living this way. I can't say a word to Anne, she flies at me.
You know, Anne, in half an hour she'll be back out here laughing and joking.
And I told your father this wouldn't work. But no, he said he had to ask him. He said he owed it to him, but now he knows I was right, all this quarreling and bickering. This music. Every time I hear that sound, my heart stops. Father!
Thank you, Margot. Has everybody pleased?
Usually it's out buckles.
Is it me?
Yes, Father's gone down to get her.
Last, I'll have some cigarettes.
I can't tell you how unhappy I am about Mrs. Van Daan's coat. Anne should have never touched
She'll
it.
be alright.
Is there anything I can do?
Don't worry.
Mr. Kraler!
Mr. Kraler, how are you?
This is a surprise.
When Mr. Kraler comes, the sun begins to shine.
Beep is coming. Not tonight.
Wouldn't you like a cup of coffee or better will you have supper with us?
Oh, no thanks. Mr. Kraler has something he wants to discuss with us. Something that he says demands an immediate decision.
What is it?
Usually, when I come up here, I try to bring some piece of good news. What's the point of telling you the bad news when there's nothing you can do about it? But something has happened. Dirk, Mips Dirk, came to me just now. He says he has a Jewish friend living near him, a dentist. He's in trouble. He begged me. Could I do anything for this man? Could I find him a hiding place? So I've come to you. I know it's a terrible thing to ask of you, living as you are, but would you take him in with you?
Of course we will.
It'll just be for a night or two, till I find him some other place. Just downstairs in the office.
Good. Bring him up.
His name is Dusser, Jan Dusser.
Dust. I think I know him.
I will go get him.
I'm sorry I spoke without consulting you, but I know you'd feel as I do.
This is no reason for you to consult anyone. This is your place. You have a right to do exactly as you please. The only thing I feel is we have little food as it is. And to bring another person in,
I can stretch it a little more. It's only for a few days.
Want to make a bet?
I think it's fine to have him, Otto, but where are we going to put him? Where?
He can sleep on my bed. I can sleep on the floor. I wouldn't mind it.
That's good of you, Peter, but Your room's too small even for you.
I have a much better idea. How about I come in here with you and Masa, Margot can take Peter's room, and Peter and Mr. Joseph can share our room.
That's right, we can do that.
No, Anne. You know Margot must sleep in that room. Moosie's got some bats in there. Peter's brave, he doesn't mind.
Well, how about this? I sleep in here with you and Masa, and Mr. Joseph can take my bed.
No!
No.
Margot will come in here with us and he can have her bed. It's the only bed. Margot will pack your things and go help her.
Why Margot? Why can't I stay in here?
Because it wouldn't be proper for Margot to sleep. Please, Anne. Please don't argue.
You won't mind sharing a room with Mr. Dusso, do you, Anne?
No, of course not.
Good. Where's the cognac?
It's there, but actually I was saving it in case of illness.
I don't think I can think of a better time to use it. Peter, will you give me 5 glasses, please?
What's happening? What's going on?
Someone's moving in with us.
In here? You're joking.
It's only for a couple of days until Mr. Crowler finds him somewhere else to stay.
Hi,
Come in, Mr. Dusso.
This is Mr. Frank. Mr. Otto.
May I take your things?
Thank you, Mr. Frank. Thank you all. Mr. Russell, I leave you in good hands. Oh, Dark's coat. What can we say to thank you?
Me and Mr. Kraler, Sarah Lifeline, without him we couldn't live.
Oh, please. You make us sound very baroque. He doesn't like that at all. We simply don't like the Nazis. We don't like their methods. We don't like anything about them.
Oh, we know. No one's going to tell us Dutchmen what to do with our damn Jews!
Pay no attention to Mr. Frank. Mr. Russell, I'll be upstairs to work with you. Just to make sure they are treating you right. Don't bother telling them to come down again. You'll go to do after me, won't you, Peter?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Peter. I'll do it.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
Mr.
Bring
Kramer.
me
Nice
next time.
Please, Mr. Dusso, sit down.
Believe my eyes. Mr. Otto Frank is here. Hoffman told me a rumor. She said he fled to Switzerland. She had gone into your house. Everything was in disorder. Dishes in the sink, furniture torn over. When she had gone in there, she said she had found a piece of paper in the wastebasket. On it was an address labeled for Zurich. She said you must have fled there.
Baza put it there purposely so people would think just that very thing!
And you have been here all this time?
All this time, ever since July.
Baza, the paper you left, it worked. People think we're in Switzerland!
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, everyone, I think we should have a drink to welcome Mr. Dusso. To Mr. Dusso. Welcome. We are very honored to have you.
To Mr. Dusso, welcome.
Oh. That was good.
Did Mr. Kraler warn you that you won't get much to eat here? You can imagine, 3 ration books split amongst the 7 of us, and now you make 8.
Mr. Van Daan, I don't think you understand what's going on out there. That you should be the one to warn me for things like that. Do you know what's going on outside of Amsterdam? Let me tell you. Every single day, hundreds of Jews are disappearing. They surround the block and they search house by house. The children return home to their families to find their parents gone. People that you and I know, the Hallensteins, the Wessels, all of them. They get the call-up notice to come to the Jewish theater on such and such a day and such and such an hour. Bring in only what you will carry in a rucksack. If you refuse, then they drag you out of your home, they take you off to Mannhaus and other death camps.
We didn't know things had gotten so much better.
Forgive me for speaking so.
Do you know what happened to the Jabals? The Dr. Yopi was in my class. She's my best friend.
They are gone.
Gone?
With all the others.
Oh no. Not Yopi.
There was a
The bad news?
I think we should save this conversation for later. You have a lot of questions, but I'm sure Mr. Luz would like to get settled in before supper.
Thank you, I would. I brought very little with me.
I figured we can give you a room by yourself, but I hope you won't be too uncomfortable. You're going to make a lot of rules here, a schedule of hours. Will you take Mr. Dussel to his room?
Yes. Mr. Dussel, if you come with me.
Forgive me if I haven't expressed my gratitude to all of you. I always thought of myself as Dutch. My grandfather was born in Holland, my father too. And now, after all this time, forgive me.
Well, here we are. The news sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? It's so much different than what Mr. Carlo tells us. Mr. Carlo tells us that things are improving.
Like it better than Craig tells me.
You'll be sharing the room with me.
I'm a man who's always lived alone. I haven't gotten used to living with other people. I hope you'll bear with me until I learn.
Let me help you with your things. You will always live alone? Have you no family?
No, Mom.
Oh dear, that sounds dreadfully lonely.
Oh, I'm used to it.
Have you no pets, a cat or dog?
Oh, no. I have terrible allergies to fur-bearing animals. They give me asthma.
Oh dear, Peter has a cat.
Here. He has one here.
Yes, but it shouldn't be an issue. We hardly ever see it.
Oh, let's hope so.
That's Marco's bed where you'll be staying, and I'll be staying on his bed over here. My favorite part about this room is when you look out the window, you can see a bit of the street into canal. A bargeman lives in a houseboat with his family, and they have a little boy who's just learning to walk. I'm so scared that one day he's going to fall into canal. I watched him and...
Your father was working with his schedule of hours.
Oh yes, it's mostly about the times we have some quiet and times with new CWC. You can use it now if you'd like.
Oh, no, thank you.
Well, the way me and Marco did this room is that she had it in the afternoons for studying and lessons, you know, and I had it in the mornings. Would that work for you?
Oh, no, I'm not at my best in the mornings.
No, then you can have it in the mornings and I'll take it in the afternoons.
Tell me, when you're in here, what happens to me? Am I going to be spending my time out there with all those other people?
Yes.
I see.
We have supper at 6:30.
Then, you don't mind. I'd like to lie down for a few minutes. It helps with the digestion.
Yes. I hope I'm not too much of a bother to you. I seem to be able to get everybody's back up.
I'm a man who I've got along very well with children. My patients used to send their children with me because they knew I get along very well with them. So you don't have to worry about that.
Thank you, Mr. Dussel. Thank you.
And yesterday I finished Sissy Van Marsfeld's latest book. I think she was a first-class writer. I shall definitely let my children read her. Monday is the 21st of September, 1942. Mr. Dussel and I had another battle yesterday. Yes, Mr. Dussel. According to him, nothing, I repeat, nothing is right about me. My appearance, my character, my manners. While he was going on at me, I thought, sometime I'll give you such a smack that you'll fly right up to the ceiling. Why is it that every grown-up thinks he knows the right way to bring up children? Particularly the grown-ups that have never had any. I keep wishing Peter was a girl instead of a boy. Then I would have someone to talk to. Margot's a darling, but she takes everything too seriously. To pause for a moment on the subject of Mrs. Van Daan, I must tell you that her attempts to flirt with Father are getting her nowhere. Pims, thank goodness, won't play.
No, don't take me! Don't take me!
Anne, for God's sake, what are you doing? Anne, be quiet, don't you want someone to hear?
Anne, darling little Anne. Sarah, my poor baby, my child.
Please, Mr. Dussel, will you be kind enough to turn on the light? It's nothing, my darling. It's a dream.
Something must be done about the child, Mrs. Frank. Screaming like that. Oh no, if someone else is going to hear. She is endangering all of our lives.
Anne, darling little Anne.
Every night, she twists and she turns. I don't sleep. I spend more time trusting her than I do sleeping. And now it's these nightmares.
Please, Mr. Dussel, go back to sleep. Anne will be back to her old self any minute now, won't you, Anne?
I'm sorry, but I'm going to WC. It's the one place there's peace in this house.
What is it? What happened?
She was having a nightmare.
I saw someone was murdering her.
Unfortunately, no.
Thank you, Peter. Go back to bed.
Would you like some water? If this is a very bad dream, perhaps if you told me.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, then. Try to get some sleep. I'll sit right here beside you until you fall back asleep.
You don't have to.
But I'd like to, really.
I'd rather you didn't.
Good night, Sam. Are you sure there's nothing that I can get you?
Could you please ask Father to come?
Of course, dear.
She wants you.
Edith? Dear?
It's all right. I think God shall at least go to you when she needs comfort. Go to her until she's still shaking with fear. She wants nothing of me. She pulled away when I leaned down to kiss her.
You heard, Father. It's just a phase. All girls go through it at this age. They give all of their loves to their father.
You weren't like this. You didn't shut me out.
She was over it.
Oh, Father, it was horrible. I dreamed they came to get us. The Greek police, they broke down the door and they tried to drag me away, so I did in your feet.
I want you to take that pill.
What is it?
Something to quiet you. Do you want me to read to you for a while?
No, just sit with me for a minute. Oh, was I awful, Father? Did I yell terribly loud? Do you think anyone outside could have heard?
No. Lay down now, try to sleep.
Father, I'm a terrible coward. Each time I think I've really conquered my fear, I think I've really grown. And then something happens and I run through like a baby. I love you, Father. I don't love anyone but you.
Oh, Annika.
No, I've thought about it for a long time. You're the only one I love.
Well, it is good to hear you say that you love me, but I'd much rather if you love your mother as well. She needs you so much. Your love.
We have nothing in common. She doesn't understand me. Each time I try to explain my views on life to her, she asks me if I'm constipated.
That's right, not just now. She's crying. She's in there crying.
I can't help it. I only told the truth. I didn't want her in here. Father, I'm horrible, aren't I? The worst part about it is I can stand there and watch myself doing it, and yet I can't stop doing it. What's so magic with me? Tell me. Don't say it's just a phase. Help me.
There is so little that as parents can do to help our children. We can only try to set a good example. Paint the right path, but the best you must do yourself. You must build your own character.
I'm trying, really I am. Each night before I go to bed, I think about all the things I did that day that were wrong. Like when I put the wet mop in Mr. Deuce's bed, and now it's the same to mother. I think to myself, that was wrong. I'll never do that again. Never. Of course, I may do something worse, but I'll never do that again. I have a nicer side of Father, a sweet and nicer side, but I'm afraid people will laugh at me if I'm too serious. And so the bad end stays on the outside, the good end stays on the inside, but I try to switch them around and have the bad end on the inside, and the good end on the outside, and I like to be careful.
The airblades are getting worse. They come over day and night. The noise is terrifying. Keem says it should be music to our ears. The more planes, the sooner becomes the end of the war. Mrs. Van Daan pretends to be a fatalist, but will be. But when the planes come over, who is the most frightened? No one else but Petronella. Monday, the 9th of November, 1942. Wonderful news! The Allies have landed in Africa. Keem says that we can look for an early finish to the war. Just for fun, he asked each of us what was the first thing we wanted to do when we got out of here. Mrs. Van Daan longs to be home with her own things. Her needlepoint chairs, the Bechstein piano her father gave her, the best that money could buy. Peter would like to go see a movie. Mr. Dussel wants to get back to his dentist drill. He said he's afraid of losing his touch. For myself, there are so many things. To ride a bike again, to laugh till my belly aches, to have new clothes from the skin out, to have a hot tub filled till it's overflowing and wallow in it for hours, to be back at school with my friends.
our God, ruler of the universe, who has sanctified us with thy commandments and bidden us kindle the Hanukkah lights. Praise be to our Lord, our God, ruler of the universe, who has wrought wondrous deliverances for our fathers in days of old. Praise be to our Lord, our God, ruler of the universe, that thou hast given us life and sustenance and brought us to this happy season. Amen. We kindle this Hanukkah light to celebrate the great and wonderful deeds, but to the zeal with which God filled the hearts of the heroic Maccabees 2,000 years ago. They fought against indifference, against tyranny and oppression, and they restored our temple to us. May these lights remind us that we should ever look to God and come as our help. Amen.
Amen.
I lift up mine eyes into the mountains from whence cometh mine help. Mine help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot be moved. He that keepeth Israel not slumber. He that keepeth Israel neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall keep thee from all evil. He shall keep thy soul. The Lord shall guard thy going out and thee coming in, from this time forth and forevermore. Amen.
That was very moving.
Sit down, it's not over yet. What are you doing? We still got lots more songs and presents and...
Presents?
Not this year, unfortunately.
But on Hanukkah, everyone gets presents. Everyone.
Like on St. Nicholas Day.
No. Not like your St. Nicholas Day. What kind of a Jew are you that you don't know Hanukkah?
What I remember particularly are the candles. The first one that we light tonight, then the next night 2, then the next night 3, until there are 8 candles burning. When there are 8 candles, it is truly beautiful.
And the potato pancake.
Oh, don't talk about them.
I make the best latkes you've ever tasted.
Invite us all next year in your home.
God willing.
God willing. But I remember most are the presents. 8 days of presents. Each day getting better and better.
Us all being here alive is present enough.
No, it isn't. I've got something.
What is it?
Presents.
Presents?
Oh dear, sir, every which way. Okay. This is for Margot. Read it out loud.
You never lose your temper. You never will, I fear. You are so good, but if you should, please watch your crosswords here. A new crossword puzzle book, and it's wonderful.
Well, it's not new. It's one you've already done before. But I wrote all your answers out, so if you wait a little bit and forget, you can do it all over again.
Thank you, Anne. It's wonderful.
This is for Mrs. Van Daan.
Oh, this is awful. I haven't anything for anyone. I never...
Oh, this is so Anne's idea.
I wanted to write a poem for all of them, but I didn't have time.
Well, what is it?
It's hair shampoo. I mix the alternate of soap with the last of my toilet water.
Shampoo, Annika.
Yours, Mr. Van Daan, is really something. Something you want more than anything. Look, cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Kim found some pipe tobacco in his pocket lining of his coat, and we made them. Or rather, P made them.
Then, let me see. Go on, light it.
It's tobacco, really it is. There might be some bluff in it, but not much.
It works. Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Oh, Maza, Hanukkah greetings. Here's an IOU that I promised to pay. 10 hours doing whatever you say, signed Anne Frank.
10 hours doing whatever you said. Anything you said?
That's right.
You wouldn't want to sell that, would you, Mrs. Frank?
Never. This is the most precious gift I've ever had. For him.
Oh, Annika, I wasn't supposed to have a present.
It's a muffler, like an ascot, to go around your neck. I needed it out of odds and ends each night before I went to bed in the dark. I'm afraid it looks better in the dark.
Oh, it's okay. It fits me just fine. Thank you, Annika.
This is for Mushi.
On behalf of Mushi, I thank you.
And this is for you, from Mrs. Quack. Well, go on, open it. Aren't you going to open it?
I'm afraid to. Something's going to jump out at me.
It's nothing like that. Go on, open it.
What is it? Peter, show it.
It's a statuette.
Of what?
Oh, wait, so.
Well, I hope you didn't make that out of all some ends.
Oh no, we've got it for you. It's not new, it's second hand, but you really do need a razor now.
For what?
Look, at his upper lip, you can see the beginnings of a mustache.
He wants to get rid of that, but some milk on it and it's a Gatling at all.
I think you're funny, don't you?
Look, he's going to try it now.
I'm going to give Mushi his present.
Mushi, mushi, mushi.
And last but never least, my roommate, Mr. Dusson.
For me?
I made them myself.
Earplugs.
Yes, I saw them advertised in a magazine. They're not real ones. I made them out of porcelain candle wax. Go on and try them, see if they don't work.
Let me see. So?
Are you ready?
What?
Are you ready?
Good God, he's fallen inside. I can't get him out. Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Hanukkah.
I don't know when she did it. Let's have the song now, Father. Mr. Dusson, have you ever heard the Hanukkah song? Oh Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah.
I'm afraid we shouldn't sing that song tonight. It's a song of jubilation, of rejoicing. Fun is apt to become too enthusiastic.
Please, Father, I promise not to shout.
Very well then. How about you?
Oh Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah.
You! How many times I told you? Out!
What's the matter with you? Haven't you got any sense? Get that cat out of here!
A cat?
You heard me, get it out of here!
I have no cat.
It doesn't need to be his cat. His claws are enough.
Oh, don't worry, you won't be bothered anymore. We're getting rid of it.
At last, listen to me.
I'm not doing it for you. That's all in your head. All of it. I'm getting rid of it because I'm tired of seeing that cat eat all our food.
No, that's not true. Only give him bones.
Oh, don't tell me. That cat gets better every day. Damn cat looks better than any of us. Out to go tonight.
No, Mr. Van Den, you can't do that. That's Peter's cat. Peter loves that cat. Anne!
If the cat goes, I go.
Oh, go! Go!
You're not going anywhere, and that cat is not going anywhere. Now, this is Hanukkah. Hanukkah. What is the matter with you? Let's have the song, Anne. Oh, Hanukkah, oh, Hanukkah.
First, I think we should blow out these candles. That way we'll have some for tomorrow night.
But Father, you're supposed to let them burn themselves out.
I'm sure God understands shortages. We thank thee, our Lord, since thou hast sustained us and permitted us to celebrate this joyous festival. Oh mine.
God almighty. Do you hear anything?
No, I think they left.
They found us.
No, if that was true, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now.
No, the God to get help has also been back.
Or is the Gestapo looking for papers?
Or is thief looking for money?
We have to do something before they come back. Quick!
There isn't anything to do, just wait.
Get the butter, please! Someone get the
No,
butter!
no one's running water.
They found us, they found us. Banzavata, I'm going down there.
No, Father, no, you can't go down there because we are trapped.
It is a Saturday. We have no way of knowing what's going on down there until Monday morning when we been quite everything. We cannot live with this uncertainty.
No. Hush, darling, hush. I will say close to me.
Joyce.
I heard that you can buy some reasonably subsequent beds. Look at how funny pussy, what are you doing?
Keep still.
Oh, do you want to be dragged up to a concentration camp? Dragged up to die? Do something else.
Hey, you keep still.
Someone has to go get Father. Someone go get Father.
Haven't you done enough?
Mr. Van, please go get him.
Quiet!
Everyone, it was a thief. I think he ran away when he heard the noise. Yes, the thief took the cash box and the radio. He left in such a hurry that he left the street door wide open.
We have to get out. We have to get out of here now. We have to go.
Go back.
Yes, back.
Have we lost our faith? Just a moment ago, we thought that it was over. We thought that they had found us. We were sure it was the end, but it wasn't. We thank thee, our Lord, that in thy infinite mercy thou hast seen it fit to spare us. Let's have the song, Anne.
Oh, Hanukkah, sweet celebration. Around the feast we gather, in complete jubilation.
Saturday is the 1st of January, 1944. And as the new year has begun and we find ourselves still in our hiding place. We have been here now for 1 year, 5 months and 25 days. It seems that our life is at a standstill. We are all a little sinner. Savannah's discussions are as violent as ever. Mother does still not understand me, but then I don't understand her either. There is one great change, however, a change in myself. I've read somewhere that girls my age don't feel quite certain of themselves. So they become quiet within and begin to think of the miracles that is taking place inside their bodies. I think that what is happening to me is so wonderful, not only what can be seen, but what is taking place inside. Each time it has happened, I have a feeling that I have a sweet secret. And in spite of my pain, I long for the time when I shall feel that secret within me again.
Oh, it's me.
Wake up, Meep is here. Wake up, pizza, Meep is here. Wake up, Meep is here. Meep and Mr. Kraler. What a delightful surprise.
Come to bring you New Year's greetings.
Oh, you shouldn't have. You should have at least one day to yourselves.
Oh, don't say that. It's so wonderful you two do. Oh, I can smell the wind and the cold on your clothes. Oh, there you are. How are you, Margot? Feeling any better? I'm okay. The girls are full of every kind of kids, so she won't coffee make a mess. Oh, hello, Vic. Mr. Kraler.
I hope for peace in the new year.
Have you seen Mr. Anywhere at all?
I'm sorry, Peter. As everyone in the neighborhood had its new day caught, but since then, no.
Everyone, look what me brought for us.
A cake?
Okay, I'll get some plates.
Oh, thank you, Mipia. You shouldn't have. You must have used all your sugar rations for weeks. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I can't even remember the last time I saw a cake. Not since you brought us one last year, I guess. Remember when you brought us one just this time last year? And it said peace in 1943? Oh, and now it says peace in 1944. Well, it has to come sometime, you know. Hello, Mr. Diesel.
How are you? All right, now, how many of us are there?
None for me, thank you.
No thanks.
Oh, please, you must.
I couldn't.
Good. So that leaves 1, 2, 7 of us.
Eight is a number as it always was.
I left Margaret out. I didn't think she'd want any.
Why wouldn't she? I think it won't harm her.
All right. I just didn't want her coughing again, that's all.
And please, Mrs. Thrasher cuts the cake.
Well, it's
What's the
not
difference?
Mrs. Fox cake, is it, me? It's for all of us.
Mrs. Frank divides it better.
Oh, come on, stop
What are
wasting
you trying
time.
to say? I want an answer. Don't I always divide things evenly?
Forget it, Carla.
No, I want an answer.
Yes, everyone gets the exact same. Except for Mr. Van Damme. He always gets a little bit more.
That's a lie, she was cut the exact same.
Oh, please. You see what a little sugar does to us? Goes back to our heads.
Here you are, Mrs. Funk.
Thank you. Are you sure you won't have some?
No, really. I have to go in a minute.
Maybe when she's at her house. They say that cat. Do you have it around there?
I'll try, Peter. It's the first moment I get, I'll try. But I'm afraid it's been gone a week.
Make up your mind already. So there's a big dinner with a cat of yours.
This is delicious, me. It really looks so delicious.
You actually love to get a girl who can make like this.
Oh, I have to run. Dirk's taking me to a party tonight.
Oh, how heavenly. You must remember now when everyone is bragging about you had to eat everything so you could tell us tomorrow.
I'll give you a full report. Goodbye, everyone.
Meet before you go. I have something you can do for me.
Hootie, what are you doing? Oh, where are you going?
Pa's is going to sell her old fur coat. She's crazy about that old fur coat.
Is it possible? Is it possible for anyone to be crazy over a fur coat in times like this?
It's kind of your dog. If you say anything else, I'll take you in a... I need it.
That is mine. It's not yours. You have no right to take it from me. My father gave me that. It is not yours. You have no right to take it.
Let go of it! Just a visibility selling this coat. As I tell Miss Van Damme all the time! It's very selfish of her to keep it, but it you are outside in such desperate need of clothing. Now, will you please sell it? It should fetch a good price. Oh, by the way, would you give me your cigarettes? It doesn't matter what kinds they are, get all you got.
It's terribly difficult to get them, Mr. Von Dorn, but I'll try. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Lee. Are you sure you're going to have some, Mr. Kramer?
I'd better not.
Are you feeling better? What does the doctor say?
I haven't been to him.
Now, Mr. Kramer!
Oh, sure, I've tried. But you can't get near a doctor these days. They are so busy. After weeks, I finally managed to get one over the telephone. Said I'd like an appointment. I wasn't feeling very well. You know what he answers? Over the telephone, stick out your tongue. I have some documents here. I wonder if you look over some with me.
Of course.
Would you mind? I want to keep them but a minute.
What's happened? Something's happened, I know it.
No, really. I just want your father's advice.
No, something's happened. Tell me, Mr. Connor, what's happened?
If it's something that concerns us in here, it's best that we all hear it.
But the children.
Oh, but they'd imagine me versed in any reality.
It's a man in the storm. I don't know whether or not you remember him. Carl, heavy set, nearsighted. He came with us right before you left.
He was from church.
That's the man. One day, when I was in the store, he closed the door behind me and he asked, "How is Mr. Frank? What do you hear from Mr. Frank?" I told him I had only heard there was a rumor you were hiding out in Switzerland, but he thought I might know more. I didn't pay any attention to it, but something happened yesterday. He brought me some invoices to look over, and as I was looking over them, I looked up. He was standing there staring at the bookcase. It's a bookcase that hides your door. He said, "You sort of remember the door there? Wasn't there a door there that used to go up to the loft?" Then he said you wanted more money. 20 guilders more a week.
Blackmail!
20 guilders. Very modest
Well,
blackmail.
that's just the beginning.
I think it was.
I think it was at the sea.
Who came here that night? That's how he knows we're here. That's how he knows we're hiding.
How was it left? What did you tell him?
I told him I had to think about it. What should I do? Pay him the money? Take a chance on firing him? I don't know.
For God's sake, don't fire him. Pay him what he asks. Keep him here. We can keep an eye on him.
Is it so much that he's asking? What is they paying nowadays?
We could get that in a war plant, but mind you, this isn't any war plant. And I don't know whether he knows or if he doesn't know.
Offer him half. Then we'll know if it's blackmail or not.
And if it is, we have to pay him, haven't we? Everything we've got, we have to pay.
That's a decision we'll make when the time comes.
This could all be in my imagination. You get to a point these days where you begin to suspect everyone and everything on some simple little word again and again.
Just a telephone! What does it mean? The telephone's ringing on a holiday.
That's my wife. I told her I had some things to look over at the office and call me when she got back to church. I'll offer him half cent. We'll hope it's best. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Kramer.
Sometimes I wish the end would come, whatever it is.
Marco! Then at least we know who we were.
You should be ashamed of yourself! Think of how lucky we are! Think of the thousands in concentration camps! Think of the thousands fighting in the war!
What is the point of that? What's the point of seeing a misery when you're already miserable?
Anne! We're not the reason to. This is not our fault that the world is in such a mess. We weren't around when it all started.
Now, Anne!
So don't try and take it out on us! Anne!
She asks us if we started the war. Did we start the war?
She left her kid. What's this?
I thought you were just fine now. You know how to talk to them. You know how to say. I'm no good. I never can think. Especially when I'm mad. That Dursel, when he said that about Mushi, someone eating him. I wanted to hit him. I wanted to give him such a... that he'd... That's the way I used to do things. When there was an argument in school. But here, in an old man like that, it wouldn't be so good.
You're making a big mistake about me. I told you it wrong. I go too far. I say too much. I hurt people's feelings.
I think you're just fine. But I want to say, if it wasn't for you around here, I don't know.
Do you mean it, Peter? Do you really mean it?
I said it, didn't I?
Thank you, Peter.
You've got quite a collection.
Wouldn't you like some? Heaven knows you spend enough time in there doing heaven knows what.
It's easier. A fight starts or an argument, I got in there.
You're lucky to have a room to go to. His lordship is always in mind, so I can't talk away what you're starting on me. I had to sit there and take it.
You gave some of it back just now.
I get so mad. They form their own opinions on everything, but we're still trying to figure it out. We've had problems that no other people our age have ever had before. And just as you think you've solved them, bang, something comes along and you have to start all over again.
At least you've got someone to talk to.
Not really. Mother doesn't understand. Father's all right. We can talk about everything. Everything but one thing. Mother. He simply won't talk about her. And I don't think you can truly be intimate with someone if they're holding something back. Do you?
I think your father's fine.
Oh, he is, Peter, he is. He's the only one who ever makes me feel like I've got any sense. But anyways, nothing can take the place of school and kids your own age or around your own age, can it?
I suppose you miss your friends and all.
It's not just, it's funny. We've been together for every minute for almost a year and a half, and this is the first time we're really talking. It helps to have someone to talk to, blow off some steam.
Well, if you ever want to let off any steam, you can come into my room.
You better be careful how you say that. I can get up an awful lot of steam.
It's alright with me.
Do you mean it, Peter?
I said it, didn't I?
We've had bad news. The people from whom we've got our ration books have been arrested, so now we've had to cut down on our food. Our stomachs are so empty that they rumble and make strange noises, all in different keys. Mr. Van Dan's is deep and low like a bass fiddle. Mine is high, whistling like a flute. As we all sit around waiting for supper, it's like an orchestra tuning up. It only needs Toscanini to raise his baton and we be off in the ride of the Valkyries. Monday, the 6th of March, 1944. Mr. Kohler is in the hospital. It seems he has ulcers. Peen says we are his ulcers. Sleep has to run the business and us too. The Americans have landed on the southern tip of Italy. Father looks for a quick finish to the war. Mr. Dussel is waiting every day for the warehouseman to demand more money. Have I been skipping around too much from one subject to another? I can't help it. I feel that spring is coming. I feel it in my whole body and soul. I feel utterly confused. I'm longing, so longing for everything. For friends, for someone to talk to, someone who understands, someone young who feels as I do.
Anne, will you let me in my room?
No, Mr. Dussel, I am not dressed yet. Is this okay? How does this look? You didn't even look.
Of course I did. You look fine.
Tell me, Margot, am I terribly ugly?
Stop fishing.
No, tell me.
Of course not. You've got nice eyes and a lot of animation.
A little vague, aren't you?
May I come in?
Come in, Mother.
Mr. Dussel's impatient to get in here.
Heavens, he takes a room for himself the entire day.
You're not going in again tonight to see Peter, are you?
That was my intention.
But you've already spent a great deal of time in there today.
I've only been in there twice today. Once to get the dictionary and another time 3/4 of an hour before dinner.
Aren't you afraid of disturbing him?
Mother, I have some intuition.
So may I at least ask you this much, Anne? Please don't shut the door when you go in.
You sound like Mrs. Van Dam.
No! I don't mean to suggest anything. I only wish you wouldn't expose yourself to criticism. That you wouldn't give Miss Van Dam the opportunity to be unpleasant.
Mrs. Van Dam doesn't need an opportunity to be unpleasant.
We are all living under terrible tension. Worried about Mr. Kralos. This is one more thing.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm not going to let Patronella Van Dam ruin me and Peter's friendship.
Why don't you two talk in the main room? It would save a lot of trouble. You know it's hard on Mother, hearing her say those things.
I don't understand why she just sits there and takes it. I think that's ridiculous.
You don't understand Mother at all, do you? She's not like you. It's not in her nature to talk back. She won't talk back.
Anyway, you're the only one I feel guilty about. I feel terribly guilty about you.
Why?
I don't know. I feel as if every time I go in there, I may be hurting you. Like, I know if it were me, I'd be wild. I'd be terribly jealous.
But I'm not.
You don't feel bad? Really, truly, you're not jealous?
Of course I'm not jealous. Jealous that you have something to wake up for in the morning. But jealous of you and Peter? No.
Well, maybe there's nothing to be jealous of. Maybe I'm just taking the place of his cat. Wouldn't you like to come in and join us sometime?
I have a book.
Anne, will you please let me in my room?
Just a minute, dear Mr. Dusel.
Well, here I go. Off to run the gauntlet.
Well, thank you so much.
My God, look at her. I don't know what good it is to have a son. I never see him. I wouldn't care if I killed myself. Just a second, Anne. I would like a minute with my son. Peter.
Yes, mother?
I don't want you staying up all hours of the night. You're a growing boy. You need your rest.
Anne won't stay late. She's going to bed promptly at 9, aren't you, Anne?
Yes, mother. May we go now? Are you asking me? I didn't know I had anything to do with it.
Listen for the chimes, dear.
In my day, it was the boys who called us the girls.
You know how young people are these days. They like to feel like they have secrets. Peter's room is the only place where they can talk.
Talk? Oh, that's not what they called it when I was young. Aren't they awful? Aren't they terrible? Treating us as if we're just out of the nursery.
Don't let it bother you. It doesn't bother me.
Well, I suppose you can't blame them. They think of how they were when they were our age, and well, they don't realize how advanced we are. When I think of all the wonderful conversations we've had, and oh, I forgot, I was going to bring you some more pictures.
These are fun. Thanks.
Wouldn't you like some more? We've just brought me some new ones.
Maybe later.
I remember when I got that one. I won it. I bet you I could eat 5 ice cream cones. We'd just been playing ping pong. We'd finish up our ice cream at the Delphi or the Oasis, while juice were allowed. So there'd always be lots of boys. We'd laugh and joke and have heavenly times. I'd like to go back to it for a few days or a week, but after that I know I'd be bored to death. I think more seriously about life now. I want to be a journalist or something. What about you?
I thought I might go to someplace. Work on a farm or something? Something that doesn't take much brains.
You shouldn't talk like that. You've got the most awful inferiority complex.
I know I'm not smart.
Of course you are. You're much better than I am at dozens of things. Arithmetic and algebra and... you're much better than I am at algebra. You like Margot, don't you? Ever since the beginning you liked her? Much more than you like me?
Oh, I don't know.
It's alright. Everyone feels that way. Margot's so good. She's sweet and bright and beautiful and I'm not.
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I know I'm not. I've never been a beauty and I never shall be.
I don't agree at all. I think you're pretty.
That's not true.
And another thing, you've changed. From the first time I knew you.
Uh-huh.
You used to be awfully noisy.
Well, what do you think of me now, Peter?
Well, you're quieter.
I'm glad you don't just hate me.
I never said that.
I bet when you get out of here, you'll never think of me again.
That's crazy.
You'll be with your friends and you're going to think, what did I ever see in that Mrs. Black one?
I haven't got any friends.
Well, of course you have. Everyone's got friends.
No, I get along alright without them.
Well, would you get along all right without me? I think of myself as your friend.
No. If they were all like you, it'd be different.
Peter, have you ever kissed a girl?
Yes, once.
Is it pictures? Was she pretty?
Huh?
Is it girl you kissed?
Oh, I don't know. I was blindfolded. It was at the party, one of those kissing games.
Oh, well, I don't suppose that really counts, does it?
I wouldn't think so.
I've been kissed exactly twice. Once by a man I'd never met before, scooped me up off the ice because I was crying. He kissed me on the cheek. And then another time was Mr. Cuvius, one of Father's friends. He kissed me on the hand. You wouldn't suppose those counted, would you?
I wouldn't say they did.
Well, I know Margot would never kiss a man unless she was engaged to him or something. And I know Muzz has never kissed a man before peeing. And well, what do you think? Do you think someone shouldn't ever kiss anyone unless they're engaged to them? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. You know, with the world following around our ears, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And well, what do you think?
I suppose it depends on the girl. Some girls, anything they do is wrong. But others, it wouldn't necessarily be wrong.
9 o'clock.
That's right.
Good night.
You will let them stop you from coming?
No. Sometime I have to bring you my diary. There's a bunch of things in there I want to talk over with you. It's a lot about you.
What kind of things?
Well, some of it I wouldn't want you to see. I used to think you were nothing. Just the way you thought about me.
Did you change your mind? The way I changed my mind about you?
Well, you'll see.
so well that if anyone suffers from disease, they won't think. What makes it worse, the rats have been at work again. They have carried off some of our precious food. Even Mr. Dussel wishes now that Mushi was here. Thursday, the 20th of April, 1944. Invasion fever is mounting every day. Meade tells us that people outside talk of nothing else. For myself, life has become much more pleasant. I often go to Peter's room after supper. Oh, don't think I'm in love, because I'm not. But it does make life more bearable to have someone with whom you can exchange views. No more tonight. P.S. I must be honest. I must confess that I actually live for the next meeting. Is there anything lovelier than to sit under the skylight and feel the sun on your cheeks and have a darling boy in your arms? I admit now that I'm glad the Van Dams had a son and not a daughter. I've outgrown another dress. That's the third. I'm having to wear Margot's clothes after all. I'm working hard on my French, and I'm now reading La Belle Libanaise.
What is it? What happened?
The food! He's stealing the food!
You come here like...
What are you?
You know good dirty thief! For God's sake, Mr. Dussel, calm yourself! Help me, Peter! You could eat his son! Let it go! Let go!
What happened? The bread! He's stealing the bread!
It was you. You, after all this time, and we thought it was a lie. Mr. Van Dam, how could you?
I'm hungry.
They're all hungry! I see the children getting thinner day after day. I hear on some Peter moaning in his sleep, he's so hungry. And you come in here in the middle of the night and eat some food that should go to Sept? The children? He's a big man. He needs more food than the rest of us. And you're first! Your mother did you sacrifice your child to this mad system?
Edith!
Don't think I haven't seen you. Always taking the choices fit for him. I've held my tongue day after day, but not any longer. Not after this. I want you to go. I want you to pack your things and get out.
Edith!
What do you mean? Just that. Pack your things and go.
You are speaking in anger. You don't mean what you are saying.
I mean exactly that.
For 2 long years we have lived here. We have managed to respect each other's rights. We've lived in peace. Are we really going to throw that all away? I know this will never happen again. Really, Mr. Van Dam? No.
He steals once, he'll steal again. So you put us out on the streets? There are other hiding places. A cellar, a closet, I know, but we have no money. I'll give you money. I'll give it gladly out of my own pocket. Mr. Falk, you said that you can never repay Pooty. You said that you could. If my husband had any obligations to you, he spent it over and over.
Edith, I've never seen you like this.
I should have spoken up long ago.
Can't be nice to some people.
We would have had plenty of food if it hadn't been for you!
Oh, we don't need the Nazis to destroy us. We're destroying ourselves.
Give this to me. She'll find her place. No, Mother, you can't put Peter out. Peter hasn't done anything! Of course not. When I say the children, I mean Peter too.
If father go, I'd have to go.
That man is no father to you. He doesn't know what being a father is.
It wouldn't feel right.
Very well then. I'm sorry.
No, Peter, no. Mother, you can't put them out. I don't care about the food. They can have mine. Just don't put them out now. It'll be daylight soon. Tell me come. Please, Mother. They're not going now. They'll stay here until me finds them a place. But one thing I insist on is he must never come down here again where the food is stored.
We'll divide things equally and you can cook it down here and take it up to him.
No. We haven't sold so far, so we're gonna find him a handful of rotten potatoes.
And Margot, myself, Mr. Van Daan, and Margot, Peter, Mr. Van Daan.
It's me! I'm
It must
afraid.
be trouble.
I'm afraid you won't get to see us sing like this.
Margot, Peter, Miss Van Daan, Mr. Van Daan,
Stop
myself.
it! Stop it!
and-
Look! He's keeping all of the big ones for himself! Look at that! And that!
Stop it!
Stop it!
How dare you!
Mr. Frog, most wonderful news! The invasion has begun!
No!
Did you hear that, everybody? The invasion has begun! The invasion! It began early this morning.
How do you know?
The radio, the BBC. They said they landed on the coast of Normandy.
The British?
British, French, Americans, Dutch, Polish, Norwegians, all of them. More than 4,000 ships. Churchill spoke. And General Eisenhower. TJ said dollars. You're going to be sick.
Oh, St. George has come!
At last! I've got to go tell Mr. Crawler. This will be better than any blood transfusion.
What part of Normandy did they say?
Normandy. That's all I know now. I'll be back up the minute I hear some more.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Please, I'm so ashamed.
Don't cry, Lucy. It doesn't matter now.
Do you not hear what Meep said? The invasion has begun. The invasion. We are going to be liberated. This is a time to celebrate.
To steal bread from the children?
Oh, these aren't things we are ashamed of.
Look at how I've treated Martha so mean and horrid to her.
Oh, no, Adeline, no!
Yes, I was terrible.
No! No one's as bad as me!
Stop it, let's be happy.
Here, here. Take this, dear.
When I think of the terrible things that I said!
No, you were fine!
Stop it, you're spoiling the whole invasion.
We're all in much better spirits these days. There's still excellent news of the invasion. The best part about it is that I have a feeling that poems are coming. Who knows, maybe I'll be back in school by fall. The joke is on us. The warehouse man doesn't know what's saying and we're paying him all that money. Wednesday is the 2nd of July, 1944. The invasion seems temporarily to be broken down. Mr. Crawler has had to have an operation which looks bad. The Gestapo have found some radios that were stolen. Mr. Dussel says they'll trace it back and back to the sea, and then it's just a matter of time till they get to us. Everyone is low. Even poor Pim can't raise their spirits. I have often been downcast myself, but never in despair. I can shake off everything if I write. But, and that is the great question. Will I ever be able to write well? I want to so much. I want to go on living even after my death. And as the birthday has gone by, so now I am 15. Already I know what I want. I have a goal, an opinion.
Mr. Frank, do you hear that?
Yes, I hear.
Yes, but it is the third time. The third time in quick succession. I tell you, it is a signal. I tell you.
Please, you're wasting your breath.
For 3 days now, Meep has not come to see us. For 3 days, I not a sound in the building, not a man at work.
Perhaps it's a Sunday. Maybe I have lost track of the days.
You, Mr. Darby, what day is it?
I do not lose track of the days. It is Friday, the 4th of August. Friday, and not a man at work. I tell you, Mr. Carl is dead. That's the only explanation. He's dead and the colors of the building.
Is that what you Meep would ever call us?
For God's sakes, Mr. Frank, I ask of you, beg, answer me.
Just
No.
speak it up. You don't have to say anything. Just see if it's me.
No, I have told you no. I will not do anything. I will not let anyone know that we are in the building.
Mr. Frank's right. Now's not the time to tell us whose side you're on.
If we wait patiently, quietly, I believe that help will come.
I'm going down.
Well, now would be a good time for a cigarette.
Too late.
So what? We just wait here until we die?
I can't stand it! I'll kill myself! I'll kill myself!
For God's sake, stop it!
I don't think you can! I think you bite me, you die!
Whose fault is it for here? We could have been safe in America or Switzerland, but no! No, you can leave when I wanted to! You can leave your sex, you can leave your precious furniture, you
Don't touch me!
Look at the sky, Peter. What a lovely day. The clouds just beautiful. You know what I do when I feel as if I can't stand to be locked up for one more minute? I sink myself out. I sink myself on a walk on the park with Clean where we used to go, where the daffodils and the crocuses and the violets grew down the slopes. You know the best part about sinking yourself out? You could have it any way you like. You could have roses and violets and chrysanthemums blooming all at the same time. It's funny, I used to take it all for granted, but now I just go crazy over everything to do with nature, don't you?
I go just crazy. If something doesn't happen soon, if we don't get out of here, I can't stand it anymore.
I wish you had a religion, Peter.
No sense. Not me.
Oh, I don't believe in Orthodox or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory and those things. I just wish you believed in something. When I think of all that's out there, the trees, the flowers, the daffodils, the seagulls, and the dearness of you, Peter, and the goodness of all those around us, me, Dirk, Mr. Kohler, the Westwoman, so all risking our lives to save us. When I think of that, I'm not afraid anymore. I find myself and good, and I...
That's fine. But when I begin to sink, I get mad. Look at us. Hiding out here for 2 years? Like, waiting for them to come and get us? And all for what?
There's always been people who have had to suffer, be it one race or another.
That's not going to make me feel any better.
You know what I sometimes think? I sometimes think the world is going through a phase, like I did with Mother. It will pass, maybe not for hundreds of years, but I still believe, in spite of everything, that people are really good at heart.
I want something to happen now, not 1,000 years from now.
But if you just think of it as all a great part of a pattern, like what are just small minutes in life. Look at us, going at each other like a couple of stupid grown-ups. Look at the sky now, Peter. One day, when I get out of here, I'm going to go to the park where we used to go and see.
For the past 2 years, we have lived in fear. Now we can live in hope.
And that marks the last of our stay here. They're giving us 5 minutes to pack our things. We can each take a bag and budget towards of clothing. Nothing else. So, dear diaries, that means I must leave you behind. Goodbye for a while. P.S. Please, 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 Meep or Mr. Kohler or anybody, if you should find this, please keep it safe for me. Because someday, I hope...
No more.
I'd gone to the country to find food. When I got back, the block was surrounded by police.
We made it our business to find out how they knew. It was the thief. The thief who told them.
It seems strange to say this, that anyone could be happy in a concentration camp. Anne was happy. In the camp in Holland where they first took us. After 2 long years of being shut in these walls, she could the out into fresh air that she loves so much. May I have a little more? The news of the war was good. The British and Americans were sweeping through France. We said for sure they'd reach us in time. In November, we were told that we were to be shipped to Poland. So men to one camp, women to another. I was sent to Auschwitz, stayed to Belsen. In January, we were freed. The few of us had to left. The war had not yet ended yet, so it took us a long time to get home. It did stop. We'd go from group to group, asking each other, where were you? Did you maybe know my wife? Did you maybe meet my husband, my son, my daughter? But that's how I found out about my wife's death. For this, Margot, Peters, Van Dant, Dusselwood. But then I still hold. Yesterday, I went to Rotterdam. I met someone. She was at Belsen beside me. I know now.
In spite of everything, I still believe people are really good at art.
She puts me to shame.